Hi! In this video, I'm going to be walking you through an automatic fully funded scholarship in Australia. Now, it's no longer news that Australia is one of the best destinations for international students because of how beautiful Australia is and the opportunities it affords migrants. Now, if this sounds like you, this is that video you want to watch till the end. And you know what? Interestingly, you don't need an agent to make this application. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Njay and thank you so much for watching the video. To all my returning viewers, thank you so much. You have no clue. Your likes, your shares, your comments, they mean the whole world to me. Please keep them coming. Thank you so much. Now, I recommend you subscribe to the channel if you're actually looking to travel abroad, because in this channel I give you resourceful information that would help you have a seamless experience in your travel journey. Having said all of that, let's get started. Scholarship, I'm going to show you as well the total value of the scholarship, the benefits that comes with it, and as well the deadline for this application. Okay, so you can see total value here. It says it's about 35,000 Australian dollars. Okay, and let's quickly look at the benefits. So you see, it comes with a living allowance, relocation allowance, and even tuition allowance for international students. So a lot is actually provided for. I call this a fully packaged scholarship, and anyone who needs this must take advantage of this. Okay, so you can see there's a whole lot provided for here. Your relocation allowance, that up to the tune of $2,000 for international students, and you know, so much is being provided for. You can come in here and read down yourself. Right, let's quickly see who is eligible for the scholarship, very importantly. Okay, so an Australian citizen, a New Zealand citizen, an Australian permanent resident, an Australian humanitarian visa holder, and an international student. Right, so you must meet the following criteria. Okay, the English language proficiency requirements, competitive scholarship selection process requirements. So you need to read these to see the requirements. Okay, let's quickly look at the English requirement. I have read through this myself, so I know that for the English requirement, a whole lot of countries, especially my viewers, you know, most of the African and some Asian countries are actually exempted for the English language proficiency test. Okay, so you see here, let's quickly come down here. Successful completion of a course of tertiary studies. So Monash University approved English language countries. Okay, and these are the countries they consider English language countries. Okay, so if you have schooled in these countries for at least a minimum of 2 years, duration of 2 years, and you were entirely taught and formally assessed in English, then it's fine. Okay, so you can read through here Botswana, Canada, Dominica, Ghana, Guyana, Jamaica, Kenya, Malawi, Namibia, New Zealand, Nigeria, the Philippines, the Republic of Ireland, Sierra Leone, Singapore, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Zambia, you know, Uganda, and so many countries. Okay, you can read through that list yourself. Right, so that is very important to note. And then how do you apply? Okay, the application for graduate research scholarship is done at the time of applying for your course, so you don't necessarily need a separate application for this. Okay, you do your application, so you just indicate your interest when you apply to the university for a course. Okay, you just indicate your interest for the scholarship. You don't have to apply separately for this scholarship. Okay, so unless you are already enrolled, whether you are a new or current student, the same application process is used for both admission and or scholarship via our applicant portal. You do not need to specify which scholarship you are applying for, as you are automatically considered for all other graduate research scholarships where available. Okay, so even when you're applying, you don't need to mention what scholarship exactly, which scholarship program you want, automatically the research program under undergraduate that is applicable to you would be automatically granted to you if you are eligible for the scholarship. Okay, so for international, so what is the deadline for this application, guys? So for international, round one, so it's actually grouped into rounds, into different rounds. You have the first closing date to be the 31st of March, okay, 2024. And for domestic, obviously what concerns us here is the international. Okay, so the international round 3 is the 31st of August, right? So note that the closing date for round 1 2024 international has been extended to 4th of April 2024 due to Easter, but you're not going to be waiting for that date, right? I will make sure that my application is done even before the 31st of March if possible. I'm not going to be waiting for the 4th of April. So many scholarships can have different application processes. Make sure to read the application details carefully and submit your application by the deadline. And if you're a new applicant, you must have obtained an invitation to apply from the relevant faculty before starting your application. Okay, and there's a form here. Okay, it's called the form, I think, form of interest or something. You need to apply for that. Okay, indicating it's a form where you indicate your interest in the scholarship. Okay, information for agents, undergraduate, graduate, accommodation, contact us. Okay, so if you are a new applicant, you must have obtained an invitation to apply from the relevant faculty before starting your application. Okay, so for more information, just click on this link, visit this website, click on that, and that brings you to this page where it tells you what your the minimum requirement for the scholarship is. Okay, so to apply for this scholarship, for this program, okay, it requires 3 steps. And what's the first step? The first step is to know your entry requirements, which I've actually talked about some of them, which is the English language requirement. We've talked about that. Lots of countries exempted, and hopefully yours is exempted. Just look at the list, the exemption list. Okay, and then number 2, you need to look at the minimum academic entry requirement, okay, for whatever program you're going in for. If you're going in for a doctoral degree or a master's degree, okay, by research, so just click in there and you would see what your minimum academic requirements are. But overall, the minimum requirement is for you to have a 2.1 GPA, okay, for you to be able to, or for you to be eligible for any of the programs, whether PhD or MSc. Okay, and then number 2 is for you to submit an expression of interest. Okay, and prior to applying for a graduate research degree, you will need to submit an expression of interest to the relevant faculty or academic unit. Now, each faculty has a different expression of interest process, so please read any instructions provided carefully, including guidance on contacting potential supervisors, and make sure you are aware of any applicable closing date. Now, for example, obviously, if you are not applying for scholarship, the deadlines do not apply to you. Okay, you can actually apply for an admission, obviously, anytime, right? But if you're applying for scholarship, then it's important that you keep to the deadlines, because these deadlines are only relevant to the scholarships. Okay, so particularly if you are applying for a scholarship. Okay, so you can see that there are ranges of departments in this that are in this college and are taking part in the scholarship program, ranging from art, design and architecture, business and economics, education, engineering, information and technology, medicine, nursing and health sciences, pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences, and or whatnot. Okay, so come in here and do your reading by yourself. If your expression of interest is successful, the faculty would issue you with an invitation to apply. Okay, so not all applicants are required to submit an expression of interest. Please refer to the guide for further information. Okay, so click in here if you want to see the guide on how you can apply, but it's very important that you do that, okay, so you can actually write it the way it's desired for you to do. Now, So submit your application then, okay? So applications for a PhD, research masters, course transfer, and or centrally managed scholarships are submitted through this link. So pay attention to all of that, okay? And follow what is applicable to you. Prior to starting your application, we strongly encourage you to review our application submission guide. So there's also a submission guide that you need to pay attention to, guys. Pay attention to all of this so you stand a chance of getting selected for this. Which details are all required supporting documentation and provides further useful information on our graduate research admission and scholarship application portal. Now, very important, you can only submit one application per scholarship round or admission period. So, i.e., January to June and July to December. Therefore, you will not be able to submit multiple applications if you are undecided on your preferred course and or faculty. Okay, so you have to decide on what you're going for. Okay, you can't be applying for a scholarship in medicine and at the same time you're applying for a scholarship in information and technology. That's what they're trying to say. So you have to definitely be sure of what field of study you want to go into and make only one application within an academic section. Okay, so international application, so key submissions and outcome dates. So international applications, the round 1 would open September 1 to 31st of March. So it's still open until the 31st of March, and the enrollment period will be from July to December of the current year. Okay, and the round 3 opens 1st of April to 31st of August, and the enrollment period will be January to June of the following year. And you will agree with me that this is a full package scholarship. Okay, the beautiful thing about the Monash University is that the RTP is not the only scholarship that comes with it. There are tons of scholarship that comes with it, with lots of privileges, and that is why it was stated in the guide that you don't necessarily need to mention a particular scholarship while making your application. So when you make your application, they would merge you with whatever scholarship is suitable for you and that you're eligible for, right? So best of luck if you're making this application, and if you will be making this application, I really advise that you run with it. Okay, don't be waiting until 31st of March or or even 4th of April if you're applying for the first round, right? It's always good to take your time and do things so you can do a very neat and good application that actually ups your chances of actually being selected for this. But if you get this approved, it's a very good one. Now, one more thing, I want to ask you for a favor. If you've not given the video a like, please do so before you leave the video, and please don't forget to subscribe if you are yet to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for all your support, and let me know in the comment section what you think about the video. Remember, bring all your questions. I would do really well to come back and answer all your questions. Until then, I will see you in my next video. Stay safe and out of trouble.